चल हो जा शुरू.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
In connection with the POCSO case which has been filed against the former Chief Minister BS Yediyurappa, a big relief given by the Karnataka High Court, which went ahead and stayed the detention and the arrest of the former Chief Minister. I'm joined in by senior legal counsel Mr. Sandip Patil, who represents BS Yediyurappa. Let's go across and take his view as well. You know, going ahead, looking at the arguments and the outcome of what happened today, how do you read this particular order which has come out from the judge today? And also, he pulled up the AG in particular, and he stated that there may be possibilities, there may be possibilities that you are trying to misrepresent what the facts are actually in the case.
Our main ground before the High Court was, number one, the complaint which is filed by that lady, who is no more. She was a habitual complainant. Not just Yediyurappa, against many other political personalities or otherwise. She has filed similar complaints, if not the same complaint. Number two, during the course of investigation, he had been appearing. Constantly, he had been cooperating. Number three, till now, whatever statements were recorded, the case was going towards, it's our impression that it was going towards a closure of the case. There was no stuff in the complaint itself. Now, the second notice what they gave, and they asked Yediyurappa to appear before them on 12th. He had prior engagements in Delhi. So he wrote a letter back to them that on 12th I am not able to attend. I will be coming before the IO on 17th. Though there was a clear mandate that he was willing to cooperate, and there was no change of any circumstances as such, yet the investigating agency moved the court, got an arrest warrant. This actually gave rise to too many suspicions. A case which was otherwise to be closed, why it has taken a U-turn? What is the necessity of arresting Mr. Yediyurappa at this stage? When he has always cooperated and whatever they had to take from him was already taken during the interrogation. And this is the case which is not punishable beyond 7 years. And Supreme Court had time and again said, whenever such complaints or such cases come, you should not arrest. Keeping all these things in mind, when viewed about the angle in which the investigating agency is going now in this case, suspicion was, it was more or less a politically motivated one. And strangely, it coincides the dates on which the Honorable Chief Minister as well as Deputy Chief Minister was summoned before the court on the basis of a complaint made by a BJP MLC. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself being summoned by the court, and he appeared on 7th. The notice came about to Yediyurappa 3 days thereafter. So therefore, all these things would only indicate that it is supposed to be a politically motivated one and smacks of Malafites. With these reasonings, we went to court for some kind of protection.
The CID approached the special court to go ahead and issue a non-bailable warrant under 4 main things. First and foremost, they stated that he had not appeared on the 12th of June. Secondly, they alleged that he tried to bribe the complainant and the victim as well. Third, they also alleged that he wanted to destroy evidence in the form of destroying or deleting a video which was captured on a mobile phone. And last but not the least, we cannot disagree on the fact that he's a person in a position of power no matter what. He's been the former Chief Minister of Karnataka, and they allege that he will try to influence the witness. And on that basis, they got the non-bailable warrant yesterday.
First of all, in a case of this manner, Supreme Court has already laid down the law that you can't subject an accused, whoever that may be, to detention or arrest. So there was no occasion for them, after having issued a 41 notice, to go ahead and arrest them. Because that was the mandate of Supreme Court to overcome, they designed or engineered all these grounds so that they can move the court and the lower court can be asked to give a warrant. So that they will not get themselves exposed to any kind of contempt of Supreme Court. And this was the idea with which they went ahead and they were successful in getting a warrant. And these, whatever was argued today, since these are part of still pending investigation. So on behalf of defense, we will not be aware of all these things. Whatever they say, we have to take it on face value. But despite that, our impression was, till now, on the day of incident, whoever were present in the residence of Mr. Yediyurappa, all those persons' statements have been recorded, not only before the police, but also before the magistrate under section 164 of CRPC. And all the statements indicate that no such offence had ever been committed by Mr. Yediyurappa. So therefore, there was no reason for even Yediyurappa or his legal team to move for bail earlier. So we decided that this is a case which is going to end up in a closure report. Only in the case the investigation goes on in an unbiased way. But getting warrant was turnaround for us. So we had to re-strategize everything and we moved the High Court. And today High Court, after seeing the aspect that there was no ground at all to justify either arresting or getting a warrant to arrest Mr. Yediyurappa, the Honorable High Court has felt that it's a case where it has to intervene and stay the process of arrest and no coercive steps. So that's how Mr. Yediyurappa today stands protected so far as his liberty is concerned.
Well, technically, he's still not got a bail, correct?
Yes, he is not on bail. In fact, we have questioned the very proceedings itself before the High Court. So the High Court said, since you are already cooperating, since you have already undertaken to appear before the IO on 17th, we will continue to protect you. And you can continue to cooperate with the investigation. So there was no requirement of bail as such at this stage.
Okay. Last but not the least, everybody's on everybody's mind, even as a common man, when it comes to such a high-profile case. Where is Mr. BS Yediyurappa? As soon as the non-bailable warrant came in, his location was not at all traceable even by the investigation agencies. So what exactly happened? If he has to come clean, he had to come out, right?
Now he had been to Delhi. He has already informed that he is flying off to Delhi and he will be appearing on 17th. Now if the investigating officers cannot lay their hands on him, that doesn't mean that he is on a run. It only exposes their inability to lay their hands. Number two, more interestingly, since we have already moved the High Court, what was the hurry for them to even go and...
because you filed for a quashing of the case, because this came a day before, the quashing you filed a day before the non-bailable warrant was issued. You filed it in the morning. The CID approaches the court in the afternoon and evening, and then they get the NBW, and next day the proceedings.
Probably because we were given to understand that there is now a change in the way investigation is going on. So that necessitated us to move the High Court for quashing of the proceedings itself. And probably that has triggered them to get a warrant. Now if the investigation gets stayed, they will not be able to get the warrant. Be that as it may, since he had already told that he is going to Delhi, since he has already committed that he is going to appear on 17th, there was no hurry for them even to get a warrant. After getting a warrant, and after knowing that he has moved the High Court and the High Court is likely to take up the matter the very next day, if the investigating agency were to persecute him, search him, it only shows and indicates that probably there is something more to it.
So this was all pre-planned. This has happened in Delhi, is what the BJP is showing at this point of time. Lastly, before I let you go, till when will Mr. BS Yediyurappa be immune from the arrest and detention, and when is the next date of hearing?
As long as the case is pending before the High Court, we expect this protection to continue. And in the meantime, if we are able to convince the court and get the proceedings quashed, that will be the end of this case itself.
So nothing as bail or anything arises. The case in itself is closed completely.
As of now, there is no occasion for Mr. Yediyurappa to even apply for bail, though that bail application is still pending. Since there is no apprehension of arrest, his protection has already been given by the High Court itself. So we will cross the bridge when we reach there.
When is the case scheduled for hearing next?
Probably we expect it to come after 2 weeks.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Patil.
Thank you.